There we go. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my very first official book review. Well, I don't know if you can really call this a book review because I am not planning on finishing this book. This is book 2 of the Empire series by J. Kristoff. Book 1, phenomenal, amazing, 10 out of fucking 10. J. Kristoff, first off, he's a great writer. He's one of the best world builders in books that I've read in a very long time. He's honestly, in my opinion, on par with George Lucas when it comes to world building inside a book. I haven't read a book like that world builds as good as The Empire of the Vampire, book 1 of the Empire series by J. Kristoff. But this book right here, book 2, Empire of the Damned, by J. Kristoff, it's book 2 of the Empire series. This book right here suffers from what I call the Breaking Dawn syndrome. The Breaking Dawn movie, I should say. I haven't read the book, so I'm just going off what I know about the movie. So that's why I call it the Breaking Dawn Part 1 syndrome. And that is, look at the size of this book, right? Before you say, oh, blah, 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 have you even read it? Yeah. I'm on page 234. Motherfucker. Right there, 234. And I'm not gonna lie, I did skip ahead. There's, trimmed pages. And the next 200 to 500 pages of this book, nothing happens. And honestly, I kind of realized it by page 234 that this book is just a lot of filler. There's nothing happening. There was some, cool fights and whatnot. First part of the book is in Gabriel's POV. This part right here, this is book 2, I can't remember which. Can't remember which book this is. There's multiple books inside one book. I don't know why he does it, but he does it and it works. But it's at the point where it switches to Celine's POV, and she's the narrator. And for some reason, J. Kristoff changes his whole writing style, his whole world-building style, and it's not good. And it's the way he writes, the way he forms words, it's just everything about this POV switch section is not good. And honestly, I think it's been a week since I last read this book. I have not had the urge to pick it up. I have not had the urge to continue reading like I did with the first book. I have no urge to continue reading this book, and that's because of the way it's written. It suffers from middle book syndrome, 100%. But this book is not giving off, a second book of a trilogy. It's giving off, a second book of a quadrilogy trilogy, or even a quadruple trilogy, a 5-book series. It doesn't feel like a second book of a 3-book series. And the reason I say that is because there's a lot of nothing happening. Nothing's happened. I've skipped, around to, I've looked up reviews. I'm not the only one who feels this way. I do know about Gabriel and Phoebe. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of why I want to continue reading, because I want to see that relationship build. Because I ship Gabriel with Phoebe. I do. She's the only one who really gets him and understands him. He lost his family. She lost hers. And honestly, they're like the perfect power couple. Just saying. But I I just really have no urge to continue reading this book. And it kills me to say because I've come to really like um and like I've really come to really like the way Jay Kristoff writes his style. And honestly, it's like the perfect like genre. It's a fiction, but it's like a gothic type fiction, medieval times. And the Empire series is basically the best way I can like. If you've watched Dracula, that's basically kinda. I think it's inspired by Castlevania, I should say, the Netflix series. I think that's what this series is inspired by because you know vampires rule the world basically. It's days. I call it endless days night because Stakeland, different movies like that. 30 Days a Night. The sun never rises. So Gabriel and his companions, Dior, Phoebe, they set off to end the basically endless night. And spoiler alert, Dior, however you pronounce it, I say Dior. She's the Holy Grail. She's the key to ending this. I'm not going to spoil what happened in the first book. I'm not going to spoil what's happening in this book so far. I'm basically just trying to catch you guys up to speed real quick. Well, I actually do gotta do this real quick. God. And the reason I say all of this is because I'm trying to emphasize my point of view as to why I don't want to finish this book. It's just the entire, this entire chapter and then some is just the next 200 pages takes place in one area, in one castle. That's it. 200 and then some pages. 200 plus pages of nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing goes on. Nothing major happens. And I've also read that a lot of the meat of this book is towards the end. Like what some people say. Some people say is that Jay Kristoff kind of because of the way he was writing, he kind of, the ending feels rushed, as some of the things I've read by different reviewers. And the reason I looked up reviewers is because at this point in the book, I'm like, I really don't want to continue reading. I'll wait. No, go ahead. Take your sweet time. This is why I deal with living here. I fucking hate it. Thank you. But like I was saying, it's a whole lot of nothing happening for for the next so-and-so pages. From page 234 to page... Oh, fuck no. Let's see here. When does that part of the book end? Let me check. From pages 234 to 365. That's damn near 200 pages. That actually is more than 200 pages, actually. If not, it's pretty damn close. It's the entirety of book 3. Because book 4 picks up with the Gabriel again. It switches back to Gabe. And from the pages 234, 235, whatever it was, I'm pretty sure it was like 235. 234, same thing. To 365, a whole lot of nothing happens. It takes place in one area. And it's like I stated at the beginning of the video, it suffers from the Breaking Dawn syndrome. If you guys watched Breaking Dawn Part 1, like I did back in the day, it was fucking boring. Like I said, I haven't read the book. But it suffers from middle book syndrome. I call it Breaking Dawn in part 1 syndrome. Part 2 was amazing though. Edward and Jacob teaming up. But Twilight's my guilty pleasure, guys. Okay? Not because I'm bi. It's so, like, the movies are so stupid that they're good. But the vampires and werewolves in the movie were so fucking stupid. Made no sense in Twilight. That it's so stupid it's good. Like, it's my guilty pleasure, guys. Like, I can't help it, but I call it Breaking Dawn Part 1 syndrome. And that's what this book suffers from. And I really, really wanted to like this book. I said at the beginning, I know this book is going to be bad, because I've read reviews. I always read reviews before going into a part 2. But, you know, spoiler-free reviews, I just saw, you know, read what people thought of the book. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. Really loved the first 200 pages, I want to say, because I think book 1 ended. No, I think book 2 ended. God, I want to say book 1 ended. God. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, yeah, around book 3. So, about, yeah, like page 200, I want to say. Okay, yeah, book 3, which happened to be page 219, is when I started I gave, like, the first 2 chapters a chance of book 3. I did give it a chance. I loved the first 218 pages. It was phenomenal, but as soon as book 3 hit, the POV switch changed to Celine. And I think I understand why, because it's not Jay Kristoff's writing. It's, that's something I did notice, because book 3 is titled The Untamed. And from this, first page, never mind, that was also bi. I'm a dumbass. So, yeah, he changed his writing up, but yeah, from like from page like 235 to 365, 363, whatever, 364, same shit. There's a whole lot of nothing happening. And I found that to be extremely disappointing. And I really wanted to like this book. I really did. I loved the first 200 pages. But the POV switch, the way it's written, the way it's the entirety of Celine's POV is written, I don't like it. And there's a whole lot of nothing happening. And also, honestly, from different reviewers, a whole lot of nothing happens in the entirety of the book anyways. But like I said, I was a fan of like the first 130 218 pages. It was phenomenal. But as soon as the POV switched happened, I started to like actually think about it. A whole lot of nothing happened. But the way it was written in the first 218 pages kept me engaged. But I'm not gonna force myself to continue reading this. And I really hate to say that because Jay Kristoff has easily become one of my favorite authors. So I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for different Jay Kristoff books. But as for the Empire, for me personally, I'm not finishing it. And that's completely okay. It is okay to not finish a series. It's completely okay. I read a lot as is. I have other books to read. You know, I got the Ebony Blade. I got the Night of the Baba Yaga. I got I think one's called Dragon Warrior, Dragon something, Dragon Slayer. I can't remember. I also got a fairy tale manga. I got a few mangas. You know, I read mangas in the morning. So you know, it's okay to not finish a book, guys, if you don't enjoy it. But I always like really emphasize at least giving a book a try, because you should never judge it. Never make your choice based off of other people's choices, other people's opinions. You can take them into factor once you've made up your own feelings, made up your own mind about how you feel about a book. But it's something I always emphasize is try it before you bash it. I don't think this book is as bad as people would say, because I definitely enjoyed like the first 218 pages, but book 3 in this book is what really ruined it. Like I said, he separates it into like different. It's one big book, but it has different books in it. It's just something Jay Kristoff does. I don't know if he does it in his other books, but it really works well for this, for like the Empire series. So, but I really suggest checking out Empire of the Vampire Book 1 by Jay Kristoff. Phenomenal book. 10 out of fucking 10. Nothing negative to be said about that. But this book right here, Jay Kristoff, this is nothing personal to you. I really, like I said, I've fallen in love with Jay Kristoff as an author, because he proved it in the first 218 pages of this that he knows what he's doing. And he has different books I do want to check out that other people have said have been, are really good. But this book right here, as I said, like I sound like a broken record in this video, but book 3 is what killed it for me. The POV switch, the writing switch up, and as I said, this book really suffers from middle book syndrome, Breaking Dawn Part 1 syndrome, whatever you want to call it. It suffers. It suffers from that, and it's not a Jay Kristoff thing. It's a normal thing with books. Middle books of a 3-book series tend to be bad, but this one it doesn't feel like a book, book 2 of a book 3-book series. It feels like a second book into a quadruple book series, at least 4 to 5. So I think that he's if he plans on just making one more book, it has to be long, so he can make up for the lack of events in this book, because it really like a 3-book series. Like the second book is supposed to lead up to the big bad showdown, and the third book is supposed to be that big bad showdown, and this book it doesn't offer that. But anyways, this video has been like 19 minutes. It's not going to be a spoiler-filled review because, like I said, I stopped shortly after I started book 3, so I don't really know what happens toward the end of the book. But yeah, Jay Kristoff, if you do happen to watch this video, 1, thank you. 2, really big fan. 3, don't take this personally, but do take it as criticism. Because that's the point of this video, is just to criticize, not really criticize, but to give my opinion. But you know, people do like this book. There are people out there who love it. I'm just not one of them, and I don't think I'm gonna bother picking it up back. I may pick it back up in the future. Hell, there's an audio book of it, so I may, you know, go ahead once I get Audible back, you know, listen to it that way. But for me personally, it's not something I want to read anymore. It's not something I'm dying to read, and I'm sorry if you see that in my glasses. It's I was you know, Dragon Ball Super for my, you know, little cheat dinner. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I'm not eating for another 16 hours now. I'm on episode 12 of season 1 of Dragon Ball Super, because I'm actually getting into it now. Once I, you know, got past all the goofy shit, it's kicking ass right now. Goku and Bears, way better in this show than it was the movie. The movie was so bad. Now I'm watching the season, the movie was so bad. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this book review, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And this is honestly probably going to go up on my review channel to kick that off. But anyways, I have more channels. All the links are literally on my page. Yeah, on my page. Just, you know, go to, I have a main channel where I stream and upload, like, platinum hunting videos. Then I have a more, you know, more Scar 3XO or Scare XO, whatever you want to call it, channel where I upload, you know, like Fortnite videos or Let's Play videos, VODs. Well, not VODs, but you get my meaning. And I have a shorts channel as well. So, you know, we out here grinding. Anyways, I'm going to leave you off. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys did enjoy this book, because I'm really curious to see how you guys, if you've read it, that is, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Let me know why. And if you did like it, let me know what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, let me know what you didn't like about it, where you think he could have, you know, did this different or did that different, or where he could improve. But yeah, the fact is also a New York Times bestseller. Just shows you Jay Kristoff knows what he's doing. And I'm excited to see more work from him, but like I said, it's not for me, fam. But like I said, I may pick it up back in via Audible, may pick it up back, you know, down the line in the future. But right now, I don't want to read it anymore. Sorry, pizza burps. But anyways, like I said, Jay Kristoff, take this as a, you know, form of criticism, and take my feedback and kind of try to read other people's feedback and try to, I don't want to say work on it, but, you know, try to, like, see it from our point of views as a reader. Or, like, I don't know if you've read your first book, but if you have, like, you know what I'm trying to say. At least I hope you do. But anyways, it's criticism, you know. Just taking it for criticism, not hate. Because, you know, when it comes to authors, I never send hate. I just want my feedback to come off as criticism. But anyways,